Hey guys, so I am back with one more video for today, and I'll try not to post as much, but as you can see, I haven't been posting a lot. Well, there are a few videos, but it's not, consistently, but it is. So recently I just been, focusing on sharing my ideas, including the gospel and everything else on my Instagram. Also, I've been sharing other content about me, but I also took some of them down. And that's only because I felt as if I was trying to get messages that needed to be taken account for by unposting certain things, because honestly, I can't say we live in a world, but I can say that we lived in a world where people's sexuality was shamed, and things that people really liked, you know um, that may not have been normal to other people, weren't advertised as much. But if you look around, everyone is advertising everything. But honestly, many people see me as an ancestor, and some people see me as me, and some people see me as something else totally different. But most people can see me that is allowing them to feel comfortable, especially when they come around my presence. And I have a very high, extremely high tolerance for strong sexual things. And it's because I've been through, a lot in my childhood, and I didn't know the science of why I was so highly into wanting to engage in sexual activities. And that's only because of, well, the science of things. When you've been, hurt, or for a numerous amount of times, and then when sex comes in play or becomes involved in your life, and it makes you feel good, then you may start to want pain here or pain there, little different type of pleasures to keep it going, and it arouses you, so it overtakes the energy of past pain. And not that I'm in pain or anything like that, it's just a scientific proven thing. It's just um, a replacement of a certain type of entity, and it embraces whatever its laws and makes hidden pain or hidden things that haven't been exposed feel good. And it's almost like it erases anything else, any tensions or anything like that that you have for within anything. And I recently, well, not recently, I posted some videos on my YouTube where I never even thought that I would be posting certain videos on my YouTube of me peeing in my mouth. Um, However, that is something that I like to do, but not to pee in my own mouth. I like when other people pee in my mouth. And I have been, sharing, you know, parts like videos and exposing images, graphic images of myself, playing with myself, playing in my own feces. And, um, I've had the opportunity to, um, you know, play in someone else's, bodily fluids, but I try not to engage in that because, I am focusing on having a healthy body, and, I don't really do it. It's just that, whenever I see things like that on the internet, it it lets me get more aroused by seeing something that I've never seen before, and I'm like, oh, that is so cool, and that's hot, and that turns me on so much. That's just how it is. And I didn't want anyone to look at me as a weirdo or type of person that they don't want to be around, because in all actuality, you know, not to brag or anything like that, because God knows how can I brag? You know, um, everyone likes to be around me, and so if I say certain things like that, it may make everything weird, and it may want people to not be around me. But really, it's like whenever I expose certain things about myself on the internet, then a lot of people want to see more of it. And then but now it's almost like, because everybody's out there and everybody knew what I had posted. I'm not sure if anyone had saved any of those videos or not, but I literally, I had people, just love the way that I was being honest. But I got scared and I took some of the video down because, I was just on the internet, and then I heard some people say, take the videos down. Sometimes people will speak to me directly, but sometimes people will speak to me in code. And that was upsetting me, because I would speak to them directly and I would give them a response back, and everything else that I received back would be code. And I'm like, why? But if you do that, please do not be upset if I do something wrong that you feel like I wasn't following you the right way, even though we're supposed to be following ourselves and anything like that. I just don't want to make anyone that is helping me upset, because it's okay to just help me. If you have something to help me, you can just help me, and I will do it. I will work towards it. I promise I will. Or if you have something to tell me, you can just flat out tell me, and I'll work towards it. Because right now it's almost like, okay, I'm doing what I know is right, but then I'm hearing people say this, to do it this way and do it that way, but I'm trying to see if I'm doing it right, and then I don't want to just, go the wrong direction, and then someone looks at me and say, well, no one told you to do this and do that. So it's like I'll be scared. I don't want to be scared. And I know that there are people out there who really care about me and want to see me succeed. So I took some of those videos down, and I didn't know, well, first of all, I had no intentions of putting anything up there about me in a mankini, or me peeing in my mouth, or me playing with boo boo in my mouth. Like, I had no idea I was going to be doing that. But I ended up doing it because I wanted some views, and I got them. I got many. I got thousands, hundreds of views. Then I took them down, and those were the videos that could have saved me. Like, those are the main videos that could have saved me. And so I just ended up, just like going in depression mode. I was like, oh man, I am so screwed. I felt like I died, like spiritually, but the soul is still here. The spirit is still here. Just that I felt so sad and depressed, you know. Then I thought I had to cover up all the things that I was doing that, I exposed of myself sexually. I thought I had to cover it up because people didn't want to see it, because during that time, everyone was viewing my content and looking at my gospel on Instagram, and I was like, oh crap, I have to cover up everything. Why can't I just expose it? And then they're like, you can. And then I'm like, no, cover it up. And I'm like, what the crap is going on? And so now I'm back, and then I've done some weird things too, to where I was like posting on my YouTube channel, and then I ended up doing some weird stuff, like putting words on my thumbnails and stuff like that, and decorating it and then taking them off and putting them back. I'm like, what type of area was that? What did I even do? And then I started posting videos up normally again, and I'm like, and then I've heard some people say, don't follow anyone else, don't copy anyone else. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm just, like, how do you expect for me to get my views if I don't do something? I have to do something. And that was the reason why. And I had to let go of some people that were trying to get my number, my attention, people that were trying to, you know, do some things, that I would have been excited about and they would have been excited about. But I was very scared because I didn't know if people were trying to, disapprove me or not let me move forward, because every now and then, whenever I tried one thing that I stopped doing, someone would post a video and say, you failed, you did this. And I'm like, oh, people are speaking to me like that. They don't want to speak to me directly, they just speak to me. I'm like, in code, I'm like, well, that just defeats the purpose of helping me if you don't want to just, the code, why? I'm a person that follows directions. You can just tell me and I'm going to do it. That was my whole reason why, and I was very terrified and very scared. I didn't know how to feel. So, then I heard people were telling me, don't go back to the same place, move, go somewhere else, go far away. And I'm like, let people help you in a universe like that. And I'm like, guys, come on. If you're going to help me, just help me. Please don't play a game and have me going here and here and there and there and speaking the codes and me having to go everywhere and I don't know what's happening. Like, it's just like, if you're going to help me, help me. Don't just, and I'm like, I just don't understand. And then I had to think about it and I said, now I'm having to understand how, because then after that, people are also saying, stop listening to everyone else, listen to yourself. And I'm like, I was, but it's like whenever I try to, like Alicia Keys said, when I give you my time, it's never ideal. I had to learn it the hard way. And then whenever I do it, it's like I did all that for what? But I just don't want anyone to be upset with me for doing something wrong or not moving fast enough. Because here's another thing. I was supposed to be getting help from, before I got my place, I was supposed to be getting help from the Salvation Army was going to take me in and, get me all, cleaned up because I was in my car and everything like that, and let me stay the night there until I get everything resolved. But I heard, okay, 2 months went by and then I got a phone call, because when I first done it, they called me out in the middle of nowhere and they got my information and they seemed really, really nice and really sweet and kind. And anyone that's helping me, I love you. I thank you so much for helping me. Because literally you didn't have to help me. But just know that I'm the type of person, you can just help me like really straight out and I'm good, or give me, or tell me what to do and I'll go do it. Boom. I don't have to do any more codes or anything. I don't have to play a game. You can just help me. Like, I'm the type of person that you can just help. I'm literally the type of person you can just help. But when the people from, it was like 2 women or a woman that was talking to me over the phone from the Salvation Army, and she was like, well, you can, what's your social security number? Do you have Medicaid and all this stuff? And I was like, I gave her the answers. And then she was like, well, we'll give you a call back and let you know when the bed is available. And I'm like, okay. And so I let her call me back, but I didn't get a call back until like 2 following months. And then there was a guy that called me, and then he said, you're gonna have to go through the COVID vaccine. You're gonna have to get take the COVID-19 test and give you quarantine for about like a day, and then we'll take you to a facility. And I'm like, oh crap! I'm hearing from people that I look up to. They were telling me, do not fall for the mistake and go to that, stay out of things like shelters or anything like that. Stay away. They're like, go, in a tent, go outside, sleep in your car. Do not try to get inside of those type of systems to where, they are allowing you to take certain precautions and certain steps, through, getting tested for this and that. It's a trap. Don't do it. And then after it all happened, then people were saying, you really believe all that stuff about the COVID? I'm like, what? Yes. I felt like people were telling me not to do that. And so then I heard someone post a joke on social media, and they were like, this is how a Leo is, because I'm a Leo. Someone said, you push someone away and then you do it on your own. I'm like, no. you didn't respond. You just, you scared me to not do this and do that, and I was following it, and then you're like, I'm taking too long and I'm pushing people away. And I'm like, what? How do I know when the right people is going to come to me if they don't just come to me and give it to me? And then they're like, well, nobody's going to just give it to you. Well, what did I even do? What did I even do in order? I mean, what did I just do? There was an agreement that I had to do this and do that and do this and do that. And then when I done it, it was almost like, you know, keep on. I'm like, what? Keep on what? Now you're adding things over top of things that you've already told me to. And it's like so weird because different people will speak in codes, but I'm like, I'm the type of person that you can just come to me and tell me. And then they don't want to do that because they're like, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm like, but that defeats the whole purpose of helping me when I'm the type of person that listens to what people's, and it's not supposed to be like, oh, you're not supposed to listen to everybody, but yeah, but what are we doing? I thought we were, and so it's just like, everything goes like out of the window, but honestly, I am still in the process of doing what I have to do because everyone is doing what they have to do. And I'm in the process of figuring out what is my passion and what is my job, my skills, what is going to be my biggest income maker of all. And honestly, people are saying that I'm an ancestor, or ancestor is inside of me and it comes and goes, and sometimes and I've heard some people speak in code and tell me, I'm not in the life of needing to have, I'm not, it's not about, I didn't come here to play or, have sex or anything like that. I came here to work and make history. But in actuality, something that I'm really good at is sex and is making someone feel good and things like that, because it makes me feel good. But, I know that God, which is in me, has blessed me. I've blessed myself with the gift of giving to someone by pleasuring them in a sexual way. And it's for guys. It is. It's for guys. And also, there are other things that I'm very good at, but I'm like, how am I going to explain that to people without me, feeling like I'm doing the wrong thing? Because if you look around, people have OnlyFans, people have different other accounts that, they get to express themselves in a pleasure type of way. And, it's like, no, I don't always want to be the person that sits there and pleasure people all day, but then again, I do, because that makes them feel good and it makes me feel really good. Um, but no, seriously, because, well, and I know, here's one last thing before I end the video. People say once you start wanting things and wanting things and wanting things, then it doesn't come. And then they say, if you don't say what you want, don't be mad because what you don't have. I'm like, are you freaking serious? What type of mind twister is that? Why? That is the ultimate sign of confusion. Like, what in the world is that? And I just felt like, oh, crap, But I know that, God is within me, and anything that God wants me to have, which is me, I will have. And anything that I need, God's going to provide it for me. So for anyone out there who is saying that they're helping me. If you want to help me, help me. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You can just help me. Boom, spread out, flat out, all over the table. You can just help me because I am a very simple person, and I'll do this and do that and do this and do that. And, it's almost like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be following what anyone else says, but that's the whole point of me receiving help from someone that I look up to, and it's many people that I look up to. And so, on the other hand, it has to be up to me to determine, who to focus on for help and how much am I going to take from other people's advice and my own and apply it to the necessary parts of my life. And all the parts of my life is necessary, just like yours and anyone else's. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.